Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy Yurow and welcome to my podcast episode. Our topic today is voting rights, and it's been an issue of concern to many. In the recent presidential election, we had a very close result with President Joe Biden defeating former President Donald Trump by less than a percentage point. And the former president claimed that there was voter fraud. There is no evidence of there being voter fraud. However, it's very interesting because as a result of these claims, the Arizona State Legislature has taken up numerous bills with the purpose of trying to enhance election security. And they say that they're just trying to respond to their constituents. So I sat down with two sources: the Speaker of the House of Representatives, a Republican, Rusty Bowers. I sat down with Irasema Coronado. She is an author, a political scientist, and a professor here at ASU. She was appointed by President Barack Obama to serve on the Joint Public Advisory Committee of the Commission for Environmental Cooperation in North America in 2010. So let's see what Irasema has to say about this push by the state legislature.
No, this is voter suppression, and this is not just in Arizona. It is part of a nationwide trend. And it's something that we're seeing in other states, and some of the bills are pretty similar in different states. They kind of copy and then introduce them in different state legislatures, and that to me is voter suppression. We're trying to find ways to preclude people from voting, and of course, the Republicans or the traditional conservatives want things the way they are, and they know that the more access to voting people have, the greater their chances of not getting re-elected or elected.
As you all can see, Irasema takes a very definitive stance on the result of the 2020 election and of the push by the state legislature. I should mention that of the bills that have already been passed, there are two notable ones. The first one is Senate Bill 1485, which stipulates that if a voter does not vote every 2 years, they will be taken off the early voting list and they will not be sent a mail-in ballot. The other Senate bill which passed, which people are talking about, is Senate Bill 1003, which stipulates that there is now less time for a voter to cure their ballot or correct any issues on the ballot related to possible signature match verification or address mistakes or anything like that. So with us hearing from Irasema, let's see what Republican Speaker Bowers has to say about these two bills.
Process. I think one of the things that we have overlooked many times is that we want the right to vote, we just don't want the responsibility to. So we do that a lot in the more modern era, that we detach responsibility from right. I have the right to an education. Do I have responsibility of what I do with it, or how I act it, or should I pay for it? I have the right to drive. Do I have a responsibility how I drive? And so I see voting as an extension of the entire, it's like my reaffirmation of the experiment of a republic.
So as you can see, a definitive counterpoint by Speaker Bowers. Now, one thing that I found interesting was that he said he was not one of those people who questions whether or not Joe Biden won Arizona or the 2020 election. Take a listen.
And I'm not one of those guys. I am not one of the guys that questioned the outcome of the last election. But for anybody that may have a question, it is one way to say we have done this to make people more responsible about their voting, and so notch down your anxiety a little bit.
Compelling words again from Speaker Bowers, and I feel like we've heard a good argument from both sides, and now who do you believe? I think that's for you guys, the electorate, to decide. Thanks for tuning in.